Hey, how's it going? It's December 6th, 2022. This is your daily sweet talk. I think there are too many kids. The birth rate is just coming right out the gate with that. Not a popular opinion, maybe, but I think it can't really be denied that the fact that the birth rate is so much higher than the death rate is a problem. It's going to be a big problem eventually. Maybe you don't think it's that much of a problem right now, but eventually it's going to be a pretty freaking big problem. Um, I don't really know what the solution to this is. I know in some places it's the opposite of a problem. They need higher birth rates, but I'm saying overall in the world, people should be having less kids. I'm not saying we should neuter people or whatever. I think that's a bit extreme. I know that used to be the solution, I guess. There are other solutions to not having kids, which are also considered pretty taboo by a lot of people, but it is a solution to decreasing birth rates to an extent. But there are people who want to have kids. If you just take the people that want to have kids, that's still probably the birth rate would still be too high. Maybe not. I don't know, but I would assume so. Um, I think people. I think it would be good if there were some restrictions put on people being allowed to have kids, and not just having the those. And I don't mean by having those kids be put up for adoption. I mean by having those kids not be born. Um, because you know, more kids being adopted is not a good solution. I mean, put up for adoption. I think more kids should be adopted. I think more people who want to have kids should just adopt kids instead. Of course, this is not very easy, but it's not easy for a reason. These restrictions are put in place so that to partially to protect the kids. I would assume, but we don't have those same restrictions in place for just having a kid, and I think that's weird. I think it's weird that it's so much easier to just have a kid than to get a kid. I think if you need to be proven responsible to adopt a kid, it should be the same for conceiving a kid. Because it's important that people who are raising children are capable of raising children. It's a very serious task, and it's something that I think many people who are raising children are not really capable of. Um, Maybe they think they are, and they don't realize it until it's too late. But I do think that's the case. Um, I I think the way that people are raised is important. It affects the way it forms the way that they are as a person, and affects and how they affect the world. So this is an issue that really affects society as a whole. The way people are raised, if they're raised by people who are good at having good at raising children. It's not an easy question or an easy topic, and I don't know what the answer is, but I think how it is right now. This is all I'm trying to say, is that how I think the way it is right now, is not good. I think the amount of the birth rate way too high. I think it's weird. This is one of my main points. It's weird that it's so much easier to adopt a kid than it is to just conceive a kid. I think the restrictions on that should be comparable, and they're not really. I don't think. That's weird to me.